Hey there! So, let's talk about two tiny Italian words that can cause a huge headache for learners, che and cui. We're gonna crack the code on these for good. By the time we're done here, you'll be using them like a pro. Okay, let's jump right in. Yeah, this one right here. I'm guessing you found yourself pausing mid-sentence, trying to figure out which one to use. Trust me, you're not alone. It's a super common sticking point. But today, we're gonna put this puzzle together and solve it once and for all. So first up, what are we even talking about? Well, both che and cui are what we call relative pronouns. It sounds technical, but their job is actually pretty simple. They just connect different parts of a sentence to give you more detail, exactly like who, which, or that do in English. The real trick is just knowing when to grab each one. Let's kick things off with the one you're probably gonna see and use the most, che. Honestly, you can think of che as the simple, direct, get the job done pronoun in Italian. So here's the big rule. You grab che when it's either the subject of the sentence, the one doing the action, or the direct object, the thing receiving the action. Let's see what that actually looks like. Okay, check out this example. La ragazza che parla. Here, che just means who. It's asking who is speaking. The girl is. See? Che is the subject of the verb parla. It's a direct connection, nice and simple. And now, let's see it as the direct object. Il libro che ho letto. What did I read? I read the book. So here, che is on the receiving end of the action, ho letto. And again, notice there are no other little words in between, just a direct link. And here's the best part about che. It's so easy. It works for people, like la ragazza, and it works for things, like il libro. And you're gonna love this. It never ever changes. No stressing about gender or plurals. Just remember to say with a hard K sound, che. All right, we've got a handle on che. So let's turn our attention to the other piece of this puzzle, cui. And the whole secret to cui is knowing who its best friend is. This right here, this is the golden rule. Cui loves prepositions. If you see one of those little words like di, meaning of or about, or a, con, per, to, with, for, then cui is the word you need. It always shows up with a preposition. Let's see it in action. In English, we say, the man I told you about. That little word about is the key. In Italian, it's di. And because you have that preposition di, you absolutely have to use cui. Di cui. Here's another one. Who did I travel with? The friend. That word with in Italian is con. So you can't say con che. Nope, it's gotta be con cui. You see, cui is basically attached to the preposition. Now, this is a really big deal, and it's a common mistake for English speakers. We say things like, the friend I traveled with, and we stick that preposition at the very end of the sentence. You can do that in Italian? No way. The preposition has to come right before cui. It always con cui, di cui, a cui, always together. Okay, so we looked at che. And we looked at cui. It might feel like a lot, but I promise you, this all boils down to one super simple, really powerful idea. This is it. This is the whole shebang right here on one slide. The entire decision comes down to one question. Is there a preposition? If you see a word like di, a, or con right before the blank, you use cui every single time. If there's no preposition, it's che. That's it. That's the secret. So now that you've got the main rule down cold, let's add a little bonus tip. This is for when you want to sound a bit more formal or maybe understand something you're reading. Turns out cui has a fancier cousin. When you see phrases like il quale or la quale, don't panic. Just think of them as a more formal, dressed-up version of something like a cui or con cui. The only catch is that these guys have to agree in gender and number with whatever you're talking about. For instance, if you want to say, the boy to whom I wrote, you've got two options. A cui is what you're going to hear people say on the street. It's normal, everyday Italian. Al quale means the exact same thing, but it sounds much more formal, almost like something you'd read in a classic novel. All right, we've covered the theory, but the best way to make this stick is to practice. So let's do a super quick quiz. I'll give you a sentence with a blank, and you just have to decide, is it che or cui? Ready? Okay, first one. Il libro sto leggendo interessante. Just look right before the blank. Do you see a preposition? Nope, me neither. So the answer has to be che. Il libro che sto leggendo. Perfect. All right, next up. La ragazza di ti ho parlato è qui. What do you see right there just before the space? That little word di. And that is our signal, our alarm bell. The answer is cui. La ragazza di cui ti ho parlato. How you doing? Here's the next one. Il film quad ho visto ieri era noioso. Again, let's do our little check. Any prepositions? Nope. Here, the word is the direct object. What did I see? The film. So our answer is che. And last one. L'amico con quad vivo è simpatico. That little word con right before the blank is the only clue you need. It's a preposition, which means its partner has to be cui. L'amico con cui vivo. See? You got this. So if you walk away with just one thing today, let it be this. Listen for the prepositions. Train your ear to catch those little words like di, a, con, and per. The second you hear one, your brain should scream cui. If you don't hear one, you're almost always safe with K. So there you have it. You've solved the puzzle. The big secret was just looking out for that little preposition. So the only question now is, how are you going to use this the next time you're speaking Italian? Give it a try. Grazie mille. Ciao.